she'll tell you when she's rolling. Rolling?
Action.
Camera roll.
Pros and cons of the shoot. You have too many cons.
Right, I have a lot of cons. No, pro was by far my team. I really couldn't have been set up with a better one.
Yeah.
Just a lot of.
Do you think that's important? But you all said that.
I think it's probably the most important thing, because if you're not comfortable with the people that you work with,
Yes.
then you're obviously not going to have a great project in the end.
And you come from a background where you relied on
Right. Everyone is interconnected in what they do, and so I think that if you don't have that kind of communication between one another, that it can go completely wrong.
Yeah.
So,
How could you make that better? How would you, as a producer, how could you make those things better?
for me, if I'm going to make things better, it really is just about, listening.
Yeah.
I think one part of me that I don't normally like to do is just listen, because I like to just go ahead and just set the ball in motion, and I don't like to wait for people to do something that I think I can do myself. So it's about trust. It's about making sure that you keep communication open between everyone, and you don't get in their way.
And I think that's a key word, you said trust. You got to trust your crew. It's important who you hire, because you want to make sure you hire the right people, you trust them. You don't have to care for them as much as you have to trust them. Did you figure out something you like doing a little more before you started this thing or afterwards?
I still have to say that I focused more on the producer side, even though I may have been director.
You like that more?
It was as stressful as it may have been. I think there was something to be said about constantly being on your toes and being prepared for anything. Even if you aren't prepared for it, having some sort of way that you can get out of it, or make it better, or just change the situation so it works to your advantage.
So do you think for your next few projects you would look for someone outside of your group or whatever to be a director, so you could work
absolutely.
exclusively?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed being director, because there were some shots in there that I clearly had in mind that we wound up getting, and I think that it worked to our advantage in the long run, because when we use those shots, it will be cinematically beautiful.
Right, but you can always advise your director on that, if you're
Right.
a producer. So, but do you feel like that's something, do you plan on directing your own music video or hiring somebody?
I would like to hire somebody, preferably. But my thing is, I'm very hands-on in every aspect.
It's okay, there's a lot of producers.
So,
Brian Grace is one of the most hands-on producers in the business. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's why you're one of the people that are going to need to work with people you get along with, because they're going to have to know. I think you already have a very distinct workflow, and I think that's commendable.
when I pick up on somebody's work habits and how they are or what they do, I know what I can and cannot let them get away with, and what I would want them to do or what I wouldn't want them to do. So, I mean, it's really about paying attention to who you are working with, even if you've never worked with them before.
It's true.
Because the moment that you start to pick up on some of the things, you know what direction not to go in with them.
I see.
So,
three words that describe your creative process.
from here on out, it's definitely major preparation. Organization, yes, but I think that preparation leads to organization. I think when you prepare yourself eventually for anything, always have a backup. That's another one. Always have a backup.
Be prepared, so to say.
Yeah, I mean, just you should always have plans A through Z in your pocket. And then I think probably just have fun with it. I mean, if you're
Enjoy
not
your process.
Yeah, if you're not having fun, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then obviously it's going to be a hell for you. And as much hell as I went through on Saturday, I literally got home and had a good time with both of them. It was just a really good time, even though as bad as it may have turned out for certain situations, we did get a lot of great stuff going.
Excellent job. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Guys,